Oh my god, it's been 8 retirements in Formula E. What the fuck? It's only lap 20 out of 30 as well. There's still 10 laps to go and they restart. I'm sending the PTPRL stream to the Discord. Here we go. Hello, Conti. Welcome to PTPRL T1. Oh, I can check. It's fine. I assume it is not. It is off. No part FOMO today. Cyril has joined, a bit late. Cyril, do you want to join PTPRL? Because you can. Boring. Just a warning, I'm going to be watching Formula E and this series at the same time because Formula E has apparently been very crazy. Jake Dennis is leading? Fuck. Wait, what? It's the final lap? They skipped... Formula E is the final lap, but they skipped 10 laps because of the red flag. That's so stupid. No, because they had a red flag. If anything, the batch should be fine. So there's probably just some danger going on in the... I don't know what's going on. Wait, there's only 12 cars left in the race. What the fuck is going on? There's been 10 retirements. That's crazy. What? Yeah. I hope 10 retirements happen, and I hope it's the whole top 10 that there is now. Make the race interesting. Give Lance Stroll a win. Lance Stroll win would be Pete. Lando fourth, Max win. Jake Dennis won because they did one lap restart at the end of the Formula E. What a joke. That really ruined what could have been a really good end to the race. Djokovic P5 as well. Anyway, now that that's over, I commentate PTPRL Season 1, Race 6, Tier 1 at Spa. Hubert is the first driver there. Let's have a look at some telemetry. Your teammate is Tomo, John. The guy from Real Racing, remember him? Real Racing, yeah, no. Jan is Fabian's teammate at Red Bull for today as reserve drivers. Friday, I think Jan is not reserve, but which one? No, Tomo's never done an NPR race. Yeah, that was TF10 Adam. That was a different guy. Into a lap. Who's the first driver on a lap? Is it Kunzi? Is it Shank? I think Shank on a lap here. There's a Sauber on a lap too. I think that's into it. It is. He'll be the first driver to set a time in the session. Silver 027 has joined. That's the 14th driver in the session. Probably the first sector as you'd expect from the Sauber. Getting on the gravel on the inside of the Lake chicane on the right hander, that is. Of Malmedy, I believe that is. All over the grass, trying to put the inside. May as well avoid the curve though, because you get bottomed out on that curve. Who else is in the session? We have 5 throughout now. Andy Williams, of course, the Danish driver, trying to go for pole position. I believe he would have had a purple first, but I think Shank would have beaten it. Is that a Haas I just saw spinning? No, it wasn't. It was just a lag. Shank there. I thought Elite Harrison was spinning then. There's the two Haas cars on the track together, and you see Shank there going for pole position here at Spa. Plenty of battery to use still for the final sector, which should prove useful for him in this session, but maybe not quite enough, if anything. Getting off the corner now, pretty committed help, another sector for the driver chasing after the championship here in the first season. And at the moment, as you can see the standings, it is Kunzi who leads the championship after... Wait, that's stupid. It's round 7, it's not round 6. I knew it, I fucking called it. No, round 6 was Silverstone, I remember. That's... Oh my god. Anyway. Coming into the final corner now, across the line, Shank does go faster than 142.6. Not a bad banker lap. And 44.6 for Sauber. Your pole lap in MPL, Fabian, was a 1 minute 41 points something. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, it was 41.7, yeah, that was it. It was 41.8, sorry. 41.8 was your pole lap. Me and Dan got a 141.9. 5 throw up there. Elite Harrison goes second fastest with 143.8. Not the best lap in the world. His Monaco pace seems to have been where he peaks. CV goes second fastest now with 143.1, half a second adrift from first place Shank, who still is chasing after the championship. Oh, Konzi has to use all his deployment, and this is going to be really big bad news for the championship leader now as he comes to the final corner and he goes across the line and gets third place with a 143.7, 1.1 seconds away from his teammate and championship rival Shank out in front. On the back, Fabian has done a 2 minute 1.3, what a lap, and he's now going once again. Jan goes 9th. From the highs of MPL F2 to the lows of PTPRL F1, he is now down to 10th place. And Tomo goes second as a yellow flag out. Is that Jan? That's Fabian who's just spun around in the no-name corner, spins to the inside line. Has he got damage on the front wing? He has on the left side. And Tomo now. And Tomo did do a 1 minute 42.8, 2 cents away from Shank already, so already on the pace is the McLaren driver. Konzi on another attempt here, looking to get closer into the field, but he needs to be careful with his battery deployment, which has been his biggest issue so far this session. Oh, on the curve, almost spinning around. Is the championship leader. Hello, Jan. Ice slipper. What does that mean? I think it means I slip. I think Konzi has backed out of his lap. He has. As he comes back to the pit lane, many drivers I would expect to do that. His 5 throw up on the used tyre run would appear he is on his second lap on these tyres. Now Silver Key 27 in the V car looking to make some moves in the session. Now Traffy is not racing today. He's the highest driver in the reserve driver championship. We also have Harrison driving for Haas. Is currently 4th in the standings, looking to get higher up. I believe Bernardo Leclerc is this guy, Luntoft 7. Hold on a minute, is John cooking here? John on his end lap goes purple. See, the track is red on the icon because he's on fire right now. Look at that line. That was a Jeddah pole lap line for MPL. As he goes to the pit lane, fuck's sake. You're on 67% battery as well. So once again, Shank looks to be on it here today. And meanwhile, Silver Q goes to a lap. We've seen him before, I believe in Silverstone, he was really quick. Oh, he completely missed the first corner. It's going to cost him on the exit, but it's only early in the lap. Turn 1, of course, is a difficult braking zone at this track. It's very deceptive. You have to brake quite early to make that first corner apex. Efficiently, but not too early, because you will lose time on the exit, of course. Drifting out wide, as you can see now, Silver Q27 looking to go for pole position. On his first attempt, oh, I think he's backed out of a lap. He's on 0 battery deployment. I don't think he even realises this. And he goes supposedly purple with no battery. This game is rigged. I don't know what's going on. Medium hard, says Konzi. I mean, you could try hard medium. I don't know what to recommend. I think hard medium is a better strategy in every track, if you can get away with it. If you're good at starts, hard medium will always be the best strategy, unless it's a track with very low time out or a 2-stop. Anybody on a lap currently? A lot of drivers on their out lap now with 9 minutes to go in the session. The only drivers who could be on laps are Silver Q27 and 5 but they're both on in laps, it looks like. Or at least definitely a preparation lap for Silver Q who is using no battery. on this lap. Alright, boss, I'll do a hard medium. Interesting strategy for Konzi. We'll give him track position later in the race if there are safety cars early in the race. He can stay out when the others pit. Still probably retain the race lead. Let's see. Hards are a very good race tyre at Belgium. Braking is the last corner, very deep into the corner. Is he going to go into a lap this time by Silver Q27? He does. Let's see what he can do. Heading down the straight. Pretty quick preparation lap. Oh, he's one of these drivers, is he? It's turn 1, pretty committed. Definitely left some time on the table in the exit of the first corner, but this is a banker lap, so we're not going to expect much from him on this lap. Heading down the back straight. What's he going to be up here? The hill he goes, hugging the right side curb, going over the left side curb as well. Using a lot of battery though in this first sector. Hold on. Just been handed a strawberry milk. Interesting. Anyway, Silver Q, V-carb, going through the left hander now. This lap does look pretty decent, but the battery usage has been very frantic throughout this lap, I must say. He has a very specific battery map for this lap. Oh, he's gone in deep though. Passed him on the exit there, he drifted wide, almost got on the gravel. He do the same here, he gets the power quite late, trying to avoid doing that again, but he is quite a bit up on his lap, so at this rate he will get into the 145. But that's not the most competitive lap. I reckon this will be enough just to get in the top 10. We'll see what his last sector looks like. He's going to run out of deployment very early in the lap. This is what I'm talking about. Never use hot lap on a lap. It doesn't work at Spa. You need to be very, very reserved with your battery usage. I think someone should improve. Jan goes 4th fastest in the Red Bull. Crazy. Yeah, he is good. So hello down. I missed like the whole start of Formula E. I saw the Marty flip there. That's crazy. What else happened? There was literally like 10 retirements or something. Yeah, because, yeah. I mean, in that case, everyone else in the session is shit then. Anyway, Fabian goes fastest then. Oh, I'm Shank. Yeah, PTPRL. If Shank goes fastest, the 142.5 down. I can invite you if you want to join. Down at Spa, just to let you know. Oh, a banana like that now goes into P5. I think John fumbled what could have been a great lap for him. No, it's Hubert now in P10. Can I edit the name of my stream midway through the stream, or is that not possible? What are you talking about then? Is there a Sauber brake checking John? My god. John and Hubert, they're having some issues. Is that Hubert? No, it's Entuit there. He's one of the drivers in this league. He knows what's coming. Oh, and now he has a 5-place group penalty for a collision with John. Yeah, he did. He has one too. That's now even between them. And oh, Tomo got disqualified for blocking the pit lane. What is he doing? And now he's going to finish last in qualifying because he got disqualified. What a fucking idiot. Anyway. I'm a very unbiased commentator. So Shem currently fastest with a 142.5, but that is definitely not as quick as we've seen these drivers in this session go, so I reckon there's more time in there. Oh, he drove into the pit wall! He got reset into the pit lane, thankfully, but drove into the pit wall on the entry. But meanwhile, I forgot to mention CB's went there with a 142.9, not bad. And he's down, getting quicker and quicker. I think he could, yeah, he's probably going to pit this lap. And he does. 4 minutes to go in the session, still chance. Take this out. Alright, we'll try. Silver Q27 there. Did Silver Q just do an outlap and then pit? What was the point of that? He must have got damage. Maybe he thinks it's best to go into a... Maybe he was on like a used set. Oh, he was on a fresh set. What is he doing? I don't know. Oh, well. Must have crashed in his outlap or something. Yeah, 45 is... It's 3 minutes to go in the session at spawn. You are. Oh, Bernard Leclerc has retired from fourth place in the session. No, that's his teammate. He's further up the road. He's in the no-no corner. Get him, John. Oh my god. Don't kill the Haskell on the process. Oh shit, yeah, you're not gonna do another lap, John. There's no way. You've not got anywhere near enough time to do it. Wait, John, you missed. You may as well slow down and wait, John, if you know what I mean. Faster up there. And meanwhile, so we've got Faster up there. Is he on a lap? If he was being very impeded there by the Red Bull. Is that Jan? No, it was Fabian that just oh no, it was Jan. Oh, my apologies. He just impeded the fuck out of one of the off the Williams. He was on a lap. Now he's had to back out of his lap at the end of his attempt, and that's ruined his attempt to go higher up in the order. Out into the biggest jump. No, I was on about 5 throw up and the Williams got impeded. On his outlap, will just about have time to set a lap, I think. Pshank also just going into a lap now. Let's watch his lap now. Can he improve into the 141s? The 141 would be a pole lap in my opinion. I reckon it's very plausible for these drivers. We'll see what they manage. I reckon a low 42 will likely be the pole time. Oh, Fabian disconnected! Oh no! Oh, Fabian. Driver who I think would have gotten pole if in the normal circumstances disconnected from the session. And I've now re-invited him, but he's not going to be able to set another lap. I wasn't going to anyway. Well, first lap to Pshank. This should be the pole lap for the driver chasing his championship here that he has lost the lead of multiple times. Or at least he's oh, that's not true. You only lost it once, but he's looking to go. Should have done. Oh, he almost spun out. Oh, and Pshank spins on his lap right in front of someone. Was that Jan? It was. Right in the middle of the track, pushing way too hard on his lap. Jan, though, is actually looking pretty good here, but he's used way too much battery in the first sector. Oh, yeah, no, Jan's on a pretty mid lap here. Compared to his previous one, he's half a second down. CB there in third place can definitely improve. He's on a purple middle sector. This could very well be the pole lap for CB. Has he got the battery is the question. He's going to run out of deployment way before the end of the lap. Oh, this is not good for him. Because he wasn't on... Oh, this is not good. He's going to lose a lot of time in this last sector, but maybe it's enough in the middle sector to get him that pole lap because Pshank made a mistake. Good last chicane could give CB pole and debut here in Spa. Is it going to be enough? Oh, it was so close, 700ths of a second between them. And thankfully for Pshank, I think if CB had used his battery differently, he would have probably gotten pole there. I think Harrison goes fourth fastest as well in the second Haas. The middle sector was very good, and that was purple by a mile. And Kanzi there. John has promised that he will not finish behind Entua in the Sauber, who also out-qualified by about half a tenth. Meanwhile, Kanzi, the championship leader, is looking to go further. Oh, who was that? Someone just went improved. Quite stupid. It was Silver Q. He went 7th fastest to the 1:43.6. What is the championship leader going to manage? Is it going to be pole position? He's going to have to send it if he wants it He has a lot of deployment still to use, and he goes fourth fastest in the Ferrari behind Fabian, ZB, and Shank. Already did, Fabian. Session ended. You can, yeah. I don't know if there's information up there. So, John and Ento will start at the back of the field. John will start behind him, though, because of his penalty being 10 place group penalty instead of 5. What an eventful session. The top 3 separate by under a tenth. Undi then 6 tenths adrift almost. And Shank said shouldn't got pole with this last one. I'm saying, I can't lie. This was not the greatest performance from everybody here today. I've seen 141s with these rules. But still, it's okay. You'll still get a great chance to win a CB on debut here in PTPRL. The reserve driver for Haas looking quick on debut. 2nd place in qualifying. Yeah, well, it is what it is, I guess. And Jan has said... Wow. So, wait, you did that in quali? I reckon if you... Yeah, you're going to miss the start, I reckon, but you might just about make it. Here we go. You gotta be quick, Fabian. Because it's the pre-race, you're probably not be able to join before the start. You wouldn't be able to join anyway because of the way the pre-race works. It's not. I don't think there's information. Let me check. Is it in simulation settings? Oh, I can't see that on my screen. It's okay, Fabian. You'll be able to do well. Yeah, there's no information lab. So this is it, round 7, not round 6. Don't watch my stream for that name. The people in the chat got it wrong. Here we go. Let's hand away we go. It's a great start here from... Yes. Oh no, was that Jan who just immediately got driven? Oh, was Fabian? Oh, there's an incident there with Hubert. He's gone way down the order now with a collision in the first corner, and CB takes lead by a huge margin over Triumph in 2nd place amongst the scramble of the first corner. It's Haas 1st and 4th, Ferrari 2nd and 3rd. Now Leclerc's going to P5. Ali Harris is now in this fight. Meanwhile, Tomo going past Jan, who had a terrible start in the Red Bull. He's gone down a place, made that 2. Up 5 places for Ento already. He's had a great start, much to John's dismay. Here comes Shank to the inside of CB. He's going to go for it. Of course, CB is a master of defending. And no, he does manage to fall off the place. Jan is out of the race, and that's going to be a virtual safety car. Jan, and one of his best tracks in his home race, is out of the race already. Oh, big pile up in the middle of the pack. What the fuck was that? Something happened. I think that was an illegal overtake, and there had to be a massive stackable cars. Tomo has front wing damage. Does Fabian have damage? He's lucky to get away with that. Someone does. Enter there, lost 2 more places. He's gone down to P11 now, despite everything that happened at the side. Had a great start to begin with. Oh, what? He's lagging a lot. Something's going wrong with this game, I think. What on earth was that start? Now CB leads though from Shank in 2nd place. Conti in 3rd, looking to get ahead of his teammate. That's crazy. But still. Wow. You got lucky that you didn't get a penalty there. So a lot of drivers having issues under the virtual safety car. You saw a massive congestion in the back of the field there from around P8 onwards. And you can still see they're all really clumped together in the midfield. I'm not sure why. They're side by side under VSC. There's that Tomo trying to go around the outside of Opus there in 8th place. Here comes Fabian as well to go around the outside in the final chicane. Will he brake late enough to make a move there? Oh, big spin there for 5-throw up. Into the pit lane there goes Tomo, who drives into the pit wall, takes out the V-car with him, and rejoins right next to Hubert as well. Complete chaos on the restart, and now it's John and Fabian side by side for P7 now on the track, contacting the braking zone. Fabian now has front wing damage as he drives into the side of John. There's multiple battles on track here. There's a battle as well up front. Look at this, the 2 Ferrari teammates battling it out now for P2 as they chase down the race lead on CB out in front. CB there did not get the best exit off of Rouge and Radio, and is now going to be under threat from Chen pulling down. And Shank using all the batteries he can. Elite Harrison is too. Right the outside, there goes CB. Braking late. Great stuff from him. But Shank to go around the outside. Great overtake from the Ferrari driver in fairness to him. But here comes CB there down the inside using battery off the corner. He's going to go for it down the inside now. And the right-hander. Shank locks up. He has ABS off, and that caused him to lock up the rears. Going into the corner, slid just a little bit there, and contact behind the two of them. Conti's down to 5th. He had a terrible moment there. He's done behind Silver Q. He's had a great start to the race. Out of nowhere. What a crazy start this has been. Oh, Conti there goes wide, and now Bernal Leclerc to P5 out of nowhere. And into the middle sector they go. Conti there in P4, but now look at Lee Harris looking really quick on Shank now. He's trying to save battery because CB is pulling away with the race lead. He's over a second ahead of Shank now in second place. And you can see Lee Harris now in third, trying his best. And Conti also there as well, so Shank is just about within DRS range of the Ferrari driver in front, but as the Haas I should say, that says Haas Ferrari in the first 2 rows of the grid at the moment. Lee Harrison does look to be the quicker driver of these front-running cars. Jan, of course, not happy to be out of the race on the first lap. Leaves the Discord chat as fast as ever the race for Lee Harrison is spinning in the background. Was that a V-carb of Silver Q? No, it wasn't. I think it was Europus. Who was that? Was it Silver Q says he's pitting? And it was Europus, I think it was. I made a mistake on the park when he's braking really late though. He has front wing damage, perhaps not used to that. Shank's there already. Looking for DRS on the Haas driver in second. Has he got it is the question. He has. He did use that strategically to his advantage, and it's 10 seconds now for speeding the pit lane and for cutting the corner. And now Tomo retires from the race and finishes P13. Meanwhile, Fabian goes ahead of Bernal Leclerc. Here goes Conti now. Side by side with Lee Harrison, goes around the outside. That was a great overtake from Conti, opportunistic as his teammate goes back into second. It's a great battle here. Conti goes off the track though. The leader of the championship at this stage, as it stands, would be tied on points with his teammate, excluding all the other additional points he can get. So this is very close to the championship now between these guys. CB though running away with the race lead here out in front in the Haas. Currently there's a yellow flag out as Tomo's retired car is in the first corner. And CB though leads the way from Shank in second place. Conti in third, Lee Harrison fourth, and already up to fifth is Fabian. He was definitely looking quick here despite his damage. Still looks to be one of the quickest drivers on the track. The light green damage for Fabian. So it looks like the end plate's come off, but he's still looking fine in this race to continue on. Very interesting race here. Well, yeah, first round was spinner in the back. 5 throw-up spins in the Williams out of 11th place, and that's going to cost him even more time now to the cars in front. He's not out in the top 10 anymore. We still only have 12 cars in this race of the ones that started. And here comes Conti now behind Shank in the Ferrari in second place. CB there trying his best out in front to pull away, and he has the fast lap of the race now as he continues to pull his lead over the rest of the field. Fabian there already back into P4. He's side by side Lee Harrison for P4 now. Is he going to make it stick? Yes, he does. That was a pivotal exit for him, and he still has plenty of battery to use. This is great stuff from these guys up front. All the leading cars look pretty safe on battery at the moment. See how that goes ahead. There's Conti there trying to stay close to Shank, his teammate, who is probably going to be relaxing out from him. He's got Fabian behind for company. He's going to have to go defensive here on Fabian, I'm sure. Unless Fabian doesn't feel like making a move, he doesn't. He wasn't close enough. Conti goes in very deep though, and this is going to give Fabian a chance to go running outside into P3. Oh, it was so close to Conti off the corner. Conti goes in very deep, and this will give also the place to Lee Harrison as well. Contact in the braking zone. Here comes Bernal Leclerc as well, and there's Conti. He spins Conti around, and no, it's Bernal Leclerc that comes out in all of this. And now John and Shank, so that's Conti I should say, battling it out for P5. John out of nowhere has got back in this fight. All these cars from second down to 7th, pretty much in DRS range. Bernal Leclerc just lost DRS on John, but he's about to get back in it now. Yes, he does. Meanwhile, Fabian they're already back into P3, looking like one of the quickest drivers on the track. Chasing down Shank for P2. It's only a matter of time, you must think, for Fabian here. He looks very quick, even when saving battery, he looks quicker than the cars in front. And using a quali setup. Yeah, Fabian using a quali setup because he didn't have a chance. Yeah, he didn't have a chance to change setup, which is disastrous for him. His tyre wear is going to be really bad today. We'll see though, as more patient. We got hello Felix, welcome to the stream. Only 3 people watching the stream is depressing. But here we go. Yeah, true. Fabian hit the back of Shank off the corner. That might give Lee Harrison some encouragement going down the main straight. Will he go for a dive into turn 1? thought about it, but I think he probably should have, honestly. Oh, Konzi just did what he didn't have to, hit the back of Elite Harrison at P4. And looking pretty close and pretty scary up front here for these guys. Fabian, though, will have DRS on Shank out front. Jan died on the first lap, Felix, for your information. Here comes Fabian now. Does he have the battery to go for a move? He does not. Good battery usage there from Shank. Meanwhile, Lee Harrison goes in deep and Konzi continues to lose time to the cars in front, it looks like. Still, race is far from over. John as well, staying honest in this fight. Have a look at the tyre compounds. The only driver on the hards is actually Pshenk. He's doing a good job considering he's on the hard tyres, but he's holding up this pack of medium tyre runners pretty badly here. So, lots still to play for in this race. He's actually bottlenecking this entire field, giving CB a chance to run away for now with the race lead, but we've seen it in F2 and MPL at Spa. The overcut is very powerful at Spa, and we've seen it before, so we'll see how this works out for him. Pshenk so far so good for his race. It's pretty much exactly where he wants to be. The only way it's going to be better for him is if he was out in front in the first lap, but still continues on his way. Shank goes in the gravel there off the corner. He's going to really lose time here. Fabian now right behind Shank in about P2. Now heading into the chicane at the bus stop. It's very close in the battle for P1. Who's it going to be here? On top of this fight? Or P2 I should say, my bad. There goes Fabian down the inside. No, CB, you don't exist, bro. You're not there. CB just disconnected, no, he's not in the session anymore. Side by side we see Fabian and Pshenk in the middle of a Rouge and Randy on. This is very aggressive from the driver chasing his championship. Is it worth it? I think it is. He got DRS. Somehow, amidst all that, he got DRS, and that's going to give Elite Harrison a chance to go to the outside. He had to go on the grass there as Fabian weaves on the straight. Bit interesting stuff there. Elite Harrison goes settings around the outside of Fabian, goes back into P3 now. Haas 1 and 3. Fabian goes back down the inside, and he's forced to give him space. Off the track he goes, gets beached on the curb, and now he does lose the position. I'm sure Elite Harrison will have something to say about that, but we'll see. But all that did was lose even more time now to CB out in front. The gap now 4.2 seconds. Meanwhile, here comes Bernard Leclerc, who was about to make a move on John. Couldn't quite manage to do so. And yeah, John just slams the door on Bernard Leclerc now for P6. Making the sound effects and everything. Hopefully everyone in the stream understands that. I wish you could hear what he was saying. Hansi there. Still right behind Lee Harrison for P4, looking very close. Oh, but no. He's 2 places behind you. He's 7.3 seconds behind Bernard Leclerc. The one that you don't like. Throw us into it. Bro. Oh well. Maybe. Yeah, the tires will be fine if you use them right. Yeah, John can extend this then to about lap 20 if you want to keep it. Fabian, meanwhile, also, as I say, look, he's got no battery deployment. Here comes Lee Harrison for P3 once again. Fabian, trying to stay close to the cars in front, is losing huge amounts of time now to Pshenk in front. He's running away with second place on the hard tyres. Was definitely the right option to go with. At this stage of the race, he looks like the crossover comes now for the hard tyres to be quick in the mediums. He's gained 2 tenths on CB in the last lap, and I think he'll continue to gain time as the laps go on. We'll see. Has he? He might have. Oh, he has! Konzi, the championship leader, is disconnected from the session. A disaster for him in the midst of a very close battle. I'm inviting him back, but this is disastrous for the championship leader. With his teammate in a position to win the race, this is not where he wants to be right now. He's down to P7. I hope Konzi can come back. And here comes Fabian now staying close to Lee Harrison, but they're both pretty quick here. Tire maybe coming to be an issue for Fabian today. We'll see. As he's using a quality setup in the race, it's just something he would not have wanted to do, obviously, optimally. And yes, Konzi has said what the fuck as he's dismissed from the session, but I've invited him back, so hopefully he can join back as quickly as he can. Well, it says you did, so... You did disconnect, Konzi. You may as well leave the game and come back. Fabian pits on lap 7, so he's probably going to do a 2-stop. We'll see. He's probably going to try to go as far as he can on the hards, but I don't know if he can get to the end on those. Probably can, to be fair. We'll see. Konzi luckily then. There comes Banana Leclerc now in P5. Don't worry, Konzi, the same as happened to Pshank before, so you're even now, I guess. Banana Leclerc chasing down John for P4 now. On the track, this is for about a net P5, I believe, not P6 even. See how side he goes, side by side down the straight with the DRS. Is going to be closer to go for it. Yes, he is. He makes a step before the corner even gets to him and takes 4th place away from John. Meanwhile, Lee Harrison continues his pace. John is apparently battling. Lee Harrison now staying close. Oh, off the track goes Pshank there in 2nd place. That's going to cost him huge amounts of time to CB. Here comes Lee Harrison on the inside of Puon. Goes for the move on the inside line. Is he going to make it stick? They're side by side off of Puon. This is crazy racing between the two of them. They're still side by side off the corner. And in the middle sector, who's it going to be? Pshank launches it down the inside and retakes the position. Great racing, but they've lost over a second to CB now because of that battle. Was it worth it? So Pshank taking a risk with the hard tyres, but all this is doing is giving Lee Harrison the elite opportunity to go for a move. Hards are the best race tyre on this track, so the fact he's not staying close to right now is not good for his race. So CB has a 5.5 second lead. This race surprisingly clean. We've seen very hectic races recently in the series. Just look back to last race and the race before that. Very, very chaotic races. Here comes Lee Harrison then. Yeah, Silver Q in the middle sector there goes past 5 to up on the new harder tyres. Fabian now goes ahead of Cuban pits. John is now pitting quite early in this race on lap 9. Let's see if John can make the undercut work here. He has the tyre wear to make the hards last to the end, so it should be fine. Is he going to come out in front of Silver Q is the question. I think he will. Come out right behind Fabian by a few seconds. And Fabian now continues his charge back to the front. He can definitely get in the contention to win this race at this rate. Konzi's race being pretty much ruined by his internet. So Lee Harrison continues to struggle to overtake Pshank, who should be pulling him along now on those hard tyres, which should be in a great operating window at this stage of the race. We'll see if his overcut will be as extreme as I'd expect it to be. I think he should go at like 14, 15 laps on those hards, to be honest. He may as well. Just hoping for a safety car, and then he'll have better tyres at the end anyway. But he's got to make sure he can overtake. Pshank has to rely on his racecraft to go for the win today. And of course, we've seen it in the past in these races, overcuts can often be ruined by incidents with other drivers, so we'll see how this goes. Lee Harrison though. Still 6 tenths behind, it's one of the only battles on track. Meanwhile, Silver Q is actually right behind John, who's just pitted for medium tyres. Or hards, I should say. From his medium tyres, I meant to say. Tyres are very cold at this stage, which is giving Silver Q a chance to stay within this DRS range. Meanwhile, Lee Harrison made a mistake, I think. Oh, he's pitting. Did he get a puncture? I think he might have got a puncture or something, but he lost a lot of time to Pshank before he pitted there. And might have been because he didn't use any battery on the last straight, but Pshank meanwhile is now chasing down CB out in front. He is starting to gain time in the traction zone because of his tyre difference. CB should pit this lap or this lap about. Definitely the pit window is more than open by now. All the hard tyres. CB, as long as he can actually get away with it, has every opportunity in the world to stay out as long as he wants on those mediums and use the hards at the end, giving less of a tyre offset for Pshank in his favour, who is definitely the only driver he needs to worry about right now, besides maybe Fabian. We'll see what he can do at the end of this race. Definitely has the pace to win, as we've seen already, but if he can get to the end on those tyres, I'll be very surprised. Ooh, my food is ready. Hold on a minute. As I went to get my pizza, CB has since pitted. He's now in the pit lane. Where's he going to come out is the question. Will he come out in front of Fabian? But even if he did come out behind him, he'll have a massive tyre offset. It's really, I think he still got out in front. That's great for his race. CB has nothing to worry about at this stage. Funzy there as well. Yet to pit, has now got Fabian on his tail. Not good news for the Ferrari driver. The championship leader would no longer be the championship leader at this rate, with Schenk leading the race as it finished as it is now. But of course, Schenk still has to make his mandatory pit stop. So too does Kanzi. So 14-second difference between the two championship rivals. Surely you've got to think that that's going to make a big difference in the championship come the race end. We'll see how that finds out. Here comes John there, chasing down Vidal Leclerc for 6th place. Going to the inside line. Is he going to make the mistake? It looks like he will, but here comes Silver Q as well, going for the same move. It's side by side off the corner. They're going off the track. He goes, trying to stay side by side with him. They're still side by side through the corner. Going to Ravel, he's still side by side. This is great racing between the two of them, very respectful. And Vidal Leclerc and John still will continue their battle now. Around the outside, he's going to try and send it. Can he make it stick on the outside line? It's very close between them. And he does not make it stick, and John does take the place away. But here comes Silver Q now. He's going to go for a move into Puan. No, he doesn't. He's going to save battery. That was a smart move from him. Now it's Schenk's time to try and pull as much as he can on these drivers behind, if he can anyway. Of course, the tyre will be starting to have an effect on him at this stage, even on the hard tyres. I mean, there were 3-lap older tyres, has a 2-second gap to CB, so he's going to have to really push hard to get past him if he wants to win this race, and so far it's looking plausible for Fabian. In fact, if he can get with his DRS rating, I reckon it's very plausible that Fabian could still win this race, even with the damage and the, all the setbacks he's had this race. It's looking very smooth. As I say, that comes Kanzi into the pit lane. He's going to come out way behind these cars. He's probably going to come out down in about 8th, 9th place even. I'd say about P9 is where he's going to be when he rejoins, so this is not good for Kanzi, but he'll have very fresh tyres at the end. He managed to go a long time on those tyres. Meanwhile, there goes Vidal Leclerc up into P5. John, of course, giving him the place so he can get the DRS off him. I don't think he knows about that DRS tactic. And now John will go back past. It should be a nice clean overtake on him, heading down here. Here comes Silver Q there. Why is he lifting in the straight? Here he comes. Fabian there, already back in DRS range of CB out of nowhere. Silver Q there, he's going to send it down the inside. He thought about getting a move on John, who couldn't get to move the stick. Silver Q there being very aggressive. Meanwhile, they're side by side once again, they're behind. They're forcing himself to the outside line. There goes Vidal Leclerc, goes off the track or gets beached on the curb, giving the place to Silver Q. Into 6th place he goes. On 9-lap old hards. The fact he's still in this fight is remarkable, but I gotta say, I don't know why he lifted through Origin Radio, and he just cost himself a chance to go for a double overtake because of his cautiousness, and it just was unnecessary, I thought. Kanzi there came out just in front of Furiopus there. He goes off into the gravel in the battle for P9. Of course, Kanzi has a lot of ground to make up on these cars in front, but he has fresher tyres than every single car in front of him, so it's definitely looking plausible for Kanzi to make a comeback today. KB, Ocabrino, stands for comeback. Let's see how he can do. Schenk is leading as he gets to pit, but CB is the net race leader, but Fabian is looking racy here today. And Derva spamming in the chat. He said, I don't know what that means. Fabian now, 3-lap old, or 5-lap old tyres versus 2-lap old tyres for CB. It's remarkable that he's still close. Of course, hards do generally feel pretty good, but these points are looking good for him. Fabian has a chance to go for a move for the race lead on CB. This is for the net race lead. He goes down the inside. Fabian does, and he does take the race lead away from CB on those older hard tyres. We're going to see if Fabian can get to the end on these tyres with his quality setup. I don't believe he can. We'll find out soon. CB there staying close. Meanwhile, Elite Harrison's closing back into the race leaders now on this 3-lap on hards. Elite Harrison is definitely contending to win this race today. He's got 1 lap older tyres than CB, but he still looks just about as quick. Oh, there goes Ento. Gets a penalty now, 3 seconds. John's main rival in this race, down in P8, gets 3 seconds, giving Kanzi P8 on track anyway. Fabian in a Rebel is a weird sight. He was actually going to join Rebel on MPL in Season 4. It was a bit of a bit of news for you. But he never did. He gave it to Rowan again for that season, which is a bit of a stupid decision, but oh well. Kanzi there. still closing in the cars. Meanwhile, Silver Q still very close to the back of Bernal Leclerc, despite Bernal Leclerc being on 7-lap pressure tyres, which is interesting to see. John there in P5, looking pretty far away from these race-leading cars, but he could fight Schenk when he comes back onto the track for his pit stop. CB there is right behind Fabian. Is he going to battle him here? I don't know why he was using battery when he could have saved it, but we're heading over to the final chicane. And Schenk pits. That was a bit of an early pit stop, to be honest with you. But I guess he was worried about losing too much time, but the medium should be able to get to the end by now. There's 8 laps remaining. He has 9 laps to do on those tyres. That's going to be quite a big stunt on the mediums. We'll find out how he does. Into the back, CB almost at the back of Fabian there in the first corner. Meanwhile, Elite Harrison has actually caught back up to these leading cars. He looks really quick. Generally the quickest driver on track for race pace, I'd say. He has been all day, and I think he needs to get close to Fabian and CB if he wants to go for a move there. And Schenk pits and comes back out on medium tyres, down in 4th place, but he's only 6.5 seconds off the race leader, so if they battle too much like this, it could get really dicey, and this could give Schenk the best chance to win the race with his championship rival down in P8 at the moment. He's got a lot of ground to make up, has Konzi now. He just does not use enough battery when he's racing, I can't lie. He needs to think about if he uses it now. He needs to think about that, because honestly, it would really benefit him in this race to use battery and get further up and use battery saving in parts where you don't need to use it. Where's it, John? His tyres are 1 lap fresher than yours. Meanwhile, Fabian there, communicating with CB about so both battle it out for the race win here. This is a 3-way fight for the win that could very well turn into a 4-car battle for the win as Schenk gets his tyres up to temperature and starts to reel them in this very close battle. That Dirtier not going to be helping the 2 Haas drivers, trying to get past Fabian, who looks nice and quick today with that quality setup in the Red Bull. It's a very interesting race. In terms of the lead fight, this is definitely the most interesting race of the season from a strategy perspective. But, oh, here comes CB. Brake way too late into the corner. That could give Lee Harrison encouragement. And this is also going to give Schenk encouragement to catch up to all these cars. Great exit from CB anyway. They're battling it out now with the 2 Haas cars for what is currently P2 on the track. And for the race win, this is between these guys as Fabian now continues on his way. Sean staying now with... Well, I think he just doesn't care. I think he's confident he can stay with you. Nevertheless. And there is finally Konzi now going to the outside of Entuit for the race position. Why would you do that right before a DRS detection zone? Doesn't make any sense to me. And Konzi may well lose that place again pretty soon because he's now in the DRS detection zone of the Sauber driver and has this whole straight now to worry about him. This was not a smart move from Konzi, I'll be honest, but we'll see how it goes. Meanwhile, there goes John back ahead of Bernal Leclerc into P5 and does take the place from the driver who's currently 3rd in the standings. Good move from him in the McLaren. Getting really dicey here in the middle sector as CB, Fabian and Elite Harrison continue to fight for the win. Look how fast Schenk is behind. He's gained 3 seconds on him in 2 laps. He looks so quick in that Ferrari. Made that 1 lap. He gained 3 seconds in a single lap on the cars in front. He looks way faster than the leaders on those mediums, but he needs to make sure they get to the end of the race. At this rate, he wouldn't even need to worry. Meanwhile, CB goes back past Elite Harrison for P2. Look how close they're getting now. This is a very interesting fight for the race lead between these cars. CB trying to use battery, save battery in places, doing anything he can to just stay close to Fabian, not giving him an opportunity to pull away. I say that and then Fabian starts to go away anyway. Side by side to the Haas drivers. Fabian wants to pull away out of DRS from these guys. We'll see if he can. Will Elite Harrison send a move down the inside of his teammate? I don't think he will. And CB does just about manage to get his car stopped to go into the first, the balance chicane at the bus stop. Can CB there use the battery to get close to Fabian? Would it be beneficial for him to be in DRS? Who knows? And once again, on the other Sauber driver gets a 3-second penalty. That's Hubert now, down in 11th place, gets 3 seconds in this fight with Silver Q. Perhaps that was because they were racing, who knows? And Elite Harrison there, being held up by his teammate. CB there. And this is not good for his race. CB surely should let him pass. He does. Nick Schenk now, he's almost in DRS range of both of them now already. On lap 16, this is probably quicker catching up to these guys than you would have expected. So Schenk looking like the favourite to win this race as of right now, and Fabian as well. So let's have a look how this race closes out. Elite Harrison there looks really quick in that Haas. Looks to close in on Fabian in front. Elite Harrison looks like the quicker Haas driver for now. This stage of the race. Driver who won the Monaco Grand Prix earlier this season, of course, in race 4. Looking to go for another win this season. And it's looking pretty close up front here. CB there in third place, chasing them down. On the grass they're trying to close in. Here's Elite Harris. He actually did manage to do that. Very nice inputs from this driver, I've got to say. I think he's on a controller as well. So top 4 now, all within DRS of each other. This is very interesting stuff here at Spa today. And still John and Vidal Leclerc continue their raging fight for P5. And Kunzi now will chase both of them down, hoping they make a mistake. As it stands though, Kunzi will lose the championship lead here that he gained from his teammate earlier in the season, I believe at Monaco, which he then extended at Austria. This is a very fascinating championship fight between the two Ferrari drivers, and as they all lose points, Elite Harrison will slowly be reeling them in, as he is also a championship contender, I would say, this season. He's already 4th in the standings after only a couple of races, so if he can keep this up, he could definitely still be a title contender come the race, sorry, come the season end. And that Haas chasing down Fabian out in front. And meanwhile, it's about him between Leclerc and John in the final chicane. He goes to the inside, does the Williams driver side by side through the bus stop now. He's going to have the momentum on the outside line, goes back past, gets the DRS and starts to pull away from John. But John, of course, probably thinking more about going past on the next one. Here comes Cheng there, side by side through Eau Rouge and Radion once again, like he was with Fabian earlier. And he had to get out of the throttle a little bit there as he came off the turn. CB versus Cheng now for P3. Contact on the straight, but no, there it is. Cheng into P3 ahead of the Haas driver CB. Here comes Elite Harrison now on Fabian out in front. It's getting really interesting out in front as I think Fabian's struggling with the tyre wear for now, it looks like. Versus his rivals, he's got 2 lap older tyres, Elite Harrison, and 6 lap older tyres than Schenk, so it's looking really dicey up front here in this battle for the race lead. CB as well, dropping off in pace just a little bit for now. Meanwhile, yeah, flash rounds, 2 cars out of the race, huge accident! In Radion and Eau Rouge, how was that not a safety car? Red flag! Massive accident between the two. Oh, red flag is out, and that's going to give a huge advantage in this race to Fabian now in front. That was a massive accident. I did not see that because I was not looking at it, but there was a horrible accident in Eau Rouge and Radion between 2 cars. And it's going to be a 4-lap red flag restart, probably 5 laps, I'd say. We'll see. What a crazy race this is. And the red flag comes out of nowhere here at Spa. I hope there's a replay of that crash. It's 3 laps. If you include lap 20, it'll be 3 laps to go. So 3 laps to decide it in Spa here in PTPRL T1. This is going to be a crazy end to the race. We'll see. Supposedly, Fabian is on 11 lap old softs, but that's a lie. I think it's a graphic issue because that's how old his hards were. Lights out and away we go here off for the restart today. Schenk on the medium tyres. That's not good for his race. To the inside though, is it going to be a move into turn 1 for Fabian? No, he's had a great restart. Schenk goes into P2 straight away off Elite Harrison there. But he needs to use the battery. He didn't even have any battery to use there, did Schenk. And he's now side by side with Elite Harrison now in the battle position. What's Fabian going to manage up here? Here comes Schenk down the straight, trying to chase down Fabian where he can. Wilco's in front of Schenk, going to go for the race lead on Fabian. Heading down into the funnel in the late comp chicane. Here comes Elite Harrison to the outside line. It's going to be real close between them. Around the outside he goes. He's going to make it stick. It's still side by side with Elite Harrison and Schenk now for P2. Schenk, the driver chasing the championship lead, is going to have to concede position. And now it's the outside he goes, Elite Harrison. Is he going to send it down the inside here? No, he doesn't. And CB now back in this fight. Chasing down Schenk on the medium tyres, who needed a good restart because he's going to be under pressure from everyone behind. What a crazy race this is. I don't know why it says 11 lap old softs. That's just a lie, isn't it? Schenk did not even... Schenk is on medium tyres. I think they're fresh mediums, so he's going to really be struggling here today. I think Schenk used all 3 softs in the session, so he did not go for used softs. Oh, wait, by the way, it is actually 4 laps to go, not 3 laps. It's lap 19 now, so... Oh. Deployment has been fully used here for the cars in front. This can give John encouragement to overtake them now because he still has some deployment to use. And Elite Harrison there. Chasing this race lead on Fabian. He wants this win, his second win of the season it would be. Fabian's first win in his career, of course, as a reserve driver here today. Looking for this race victory at a track he's very good at here at Spa. And he managed to go for the move into turn 1. Fabian there, defending where he can. Here comes Elite Harrison off the corner. He has a chance to go for the move on Fabian now in the battle for the race lead. He wants that DRS though. Is he going to have the ability to go for the move here on Fabian now? Heading down the straight. You'd think he would. With the DRS, it should be an easy move for him. Let's see what he can do. Meanwhile, it's a battle behind. Look at this. Yeah, flags are out. Is there a crash in the route again? There was a car fight, but no, Claire went off. And meanwhile, it is the race lead for Lee Harrison, but it's still side by side heading into Lake Home. To the outside he goes. He goes for it. Is it side by side still? He does. He gets the move to stay. Great overtake from Lee Harrison into the race lead ahead of Fabian. Schenk in third place now on the medium tires, looking pretty racy on the restart. And John is down to P4 ahead of CB. He's made an overtake on him on this restart. So John's now in the fight for the race win here today, the McLaren. Out of nowhere, because of this red flag, has come back into the fray for a chance for the race win. Crazy work. Silver Q also looking pretty quick in the V car. He's 7 tenths behind CB in P6. I say that and he completely misses Puan. Giving a chance to Cuba in P7 on the medium tyres to go back past him. Wow, what a race this is turning into. It was already quite an interesting strategy race, but this has blown the race wide open for these leading cars. Lee Harrison is so fast in the Haas car, looking like the quickest driver today. He has been all race, to be honest. Him and Fabian look like the class of the field today, but Schenk and John looking pretty quick too at this stage of the race. Will they have a chance to go for a move in the fight for the race win? Okay, where's Dan? You're not even online on my screen, Dan. Oh, this is wasting time. Was there a big collision that happened? Look how close they were at the final bus stop chicane. There's nothing between the top four. They're so close together in this final stage of the race with 2 laps remaining here at Spa. This is going to be an incredible end to this race. Is John going to send it on Schenk into the first corner? That was a botched dive on the time from Schenk on his MPL teammate, and that's going to cost him out. He gives him the place back, in fairness. But will Fabian now have a chance to go past Lee Harrison for the race win? With 2 laps remaining in the race. This is an incredible end to the race. I need the battery late. Conti retires from the session to P10, and the championship leader retires from the race. Here comes Fabian down the inside for the race win. Is he going to make it stick? To the inside he goes, side by side off the corner. He's still alongside him. He's trying anything he can to make a move stick. He can't, and Fabian does exactly what Elite Harrison did to him on the previous lap and goes right on the outside of Lake Home. Great overtake on him there. Elite Harrison now goes for a move on the inside. He thought about it, but he doesn't go for it. Tried to fade Fabian. Fabian was not going to fall for that. Here comes Schenk now in P3 as well. What a race this is. And now, looking very close up front in this battle for the win. Schenk still has a chance, I think, the championship leader, despite being on medium tyres, could very well still win this race. Here comes John with CB battling out for P4. Is he going to send it down the inside? He does. Hits the side of John. That was a full send from CB in the S section there, and he does make it stick on the inside of both of them. And now the top 3 covered by less than half a second. What is this race? Absolute cinema. CB could still win this race with the pace he has. He's suddenly made a move on John, but I think he's too far back. Schenk needs to play it smart here, though. Who's going to want to lead this race at this stage of the race? Gotta be nice and careful. Dan has joined to watch the final lap of the race here at Spa. What a race this is. But Fabian it is that leads the way with Elite Harrison in second place. Who's it going to be on this final lap of the race here at Spa? Not the best exit for Fabian. With the DRIC goes into the first corner. Schenk's thinking about sending it. This is not good for both of their races. It's going to cost some time to Fabian, but no, Elite Harrison has the momentum on the outside anyway. This could be a chance for him to go for the move on Fabian on the final straight on the final lap of the race. What a race this is turning into at the end. Elite Harrison seems to be panicked a bit because I think he's used too much battery. Let's have a look. With the battery down the straight, can he use it with the DRS down into this final straight? It's going to be so close. Is he going to send it down to the inside, to the outside? Fabian trying weird to break the toe. He sends it down the inside. That was a full send off the track. What the fuck was that? And that gives Fabian a penalty, but that was not a fair penalty for him. That's an illegal overtake, I think. And now he goes back on the outside. It's side by side between them. Elite Harrison now. Still side by side with Fabian off the corner. Elite Harrison fully sending it into no name corner. No, he doesn't go for the move. Schenk still going along, contact behind, and there's been an incident now. Off the track goes Silver Q, side by side with John for P5. And now, Fabian trying to run away with the race lead here. Of course, that penalty likely won't count because he got pushed way off the track. Lee Harrison there, to put it all on the line on the final lap. Has he got enough battery to go for another move? I reckon he does. This is going to be a fascinating end to the race. In the final chicane, it could come down to the final corner on the final lap. This is going to be insane. Can he go for the move? Elite Harrison here on the final frame. Use the battery! Use the battery! Having run out of deployment, this could be a chance for Elite Harrison to go for the win on the final. Here comes Schenk for the win as well! This could be a 3-way fight for the win on the final chicane! Will Schenk's double send it down the inside? He thought about it! Elite Harrison to the outside. Does he break too late? Fabian misses the corner. Goes in deep. They collide. They both go off the track. Here comes Schenk. He goes for it to the line. It's side by side across the line. What a move! Holy shit! What a finish! What the fuck? What the fuck? What a finish! Unbelievable scenes! Oh my god, that was crazy. Holy shit, dude. That was the greatest end to a league race I've ever seen in my life. That was fucking sick. Oh my god. What the fuck was that? That was insane. What a race here at Spa. The best race of the season by miles. Incredible race. I need to calculate, if Fabian lost his penalty, would he win the race? No, he wouldn't. He lost it by 9 thousandths of a second to Pschenk, who will easily take the championship lead away from his teammate. What a race. And Pschenk, by 9 thousandths, wins the Belgian Grand Prix. From Fabian in second, who will get his penalty taken away. Elite Harrison will get third. CB in fourth. What an incredible end to what was one of the best races I've ever seen in a league. That was absolutely incredible. The red flag crash on Rouge and Radion absolutely cost the leaders the chance to win. Pschenk, who was looking like the best driver at the end, with the fastest lap 2, will go for the race win, and does win an incredible race as well by 9 thousandths of a second over Fabian. What a photo finish. I've never seen such an incredible moment. That was closer than any MPL finish has ever been. That was an incredible race. 9 thousandths of a second. One of the greatest finishes in league racing history. I genuinely think that was one of the greatest league races ever. Why did Pschenk just ask if I saw that? I'm streaming the fucking race, you idiot. Anyway. Oh my god, that was incredible. I've never seen that in my life. That was absolutely insane. Yeah, Pschenk won by 9 thousandths. Even if Fabian got a penalty, Pschenk still would have won the race on the fucking line by 9 thousandths of a second. That is insane. What a finish. That would have been closer than any finish in F1 history. That's insane. I need to clip that last like 5 minutes because I'm making that into a video in itself. That was absolutely incredible racing. Yeah, no, it actually was. That was amazing. It was great. No, that's what made it good though. That's what made it fun. Like, it was horrible racing, but it was like complete chaos. That move from Elite Harrison to fully send Fabian at the low car was so stupid. It was so funny. What a finish, man. Fabian lost that race by 9 thousandths because of that stupid last lap collision, which kind of was Fabian's fault, to be honest with you. Like, Fabian, you broke way too late in the final bus stop chicane, and that kind of like poked you across his nose, and then you both went out. That was incredible. I can't believe that. When I saw that Pschenk was in the fight on the last lap out of nowhere, I was like, oh my god, this is going to be the best finish ever, and it was. What a race, man. Who just invited me? I just got invited by Lil Gunner to join something. I'm going to join and see what's up. Anyway, I'm going to end the stream. What a race. Pschenk retakes the championship lead in spectacular fashion. Thanks for watching PTPRL T1 race 7, not race 6. We'll see you next week for the following race of the season. What the fuck?